Hello students, I Sneha Sharma, your English teacher, welcomes you to your English 2 class. Today we will be starting chapter 11, that is the enchanted boat. Okay, so from the heading it is said the enchanted boat means something mysterious, something magical. Okay, so this story we will read this comic style conversation over here or the description of the chapter. Okay, so let us start. Don Quixote from La Mancha in Spain is a gentleman who has seen better days. Currently, he has read too many stories about knights and damsels and epic adventures and has quite lost his mind. So, this person, he is Don Quixote, and he is from Spain, from La Mancha, and he has read so many storybooks about knights and damsels and adventures that he has gone quite mad. Okay, his head turned by the numerous stories of chivalric adventure he has read, he decides to be a knight himself and seek out adventure. So, after reading these stories about knights and so many adventurous stories, he decided that he will go on to be a knight himself and seek out adventure. On the back of his near dead horse. So, the horse is absolutely weak, and what is the name of the horse? Rosinante. Okay, the name of the horse is Rosinante, and outfitted in a prehistoric suit of armor. Means this armor is very old, and he decided that he will wear that, and he will be on this half dead, nearly half dead horse, and he will seek his adventure. And as every respectable knight deserves a squire, means an assistant, Don Quixote decides to enlist Sancho Panza. So, this person, Sancho Panza, who is he? A simple peasant, and his donkey Dapple. So, this peasant, this person from that particular village or that town is Sancho Panza, and he has a donkey named Dapple. He is easily scared but a touch wiser than his master. So he gets scared. Who gets scared? This Sancho Panza. But he is quite wiser than his master. And who is the master over here? Don Quixote. So Don Quixote, as you know, he has lost his mind. He is quite mad. But this Sancho Panza, he is more thoughtful, more wiser than Don Quixote. And what are a knight's adventures worth if they not be for a lady? So if there is not any lady or love of the life of that knight, then the story is incomplete. Presenting Dulcinea del Toboso. So this is the name of the woman. She is an imaginary woman over here. Either a peasant woman, as the people of La Mancha would tell you, or the most beautiful damsel in the world, as Don Quixote would tell you. So, according to the people of La Mancha, she is just some ordinary woman. But for Don Quixote, she is the most beautiful woman in the world. Okay. Next, we will move on to this page. Of course, adventure and Don Quixote are never far apart. So, since Don Quixote is going out for adventure, so you can see that adventure and Don Quixote are together and they can never be apart. I mean, if they are, then the Don can always find one, like the windmills that were villainous giants. So, according to his imagination, this windmill is not a windmill, it is a very big giant. It is the villain of the story. Okay, so he is seeking adventure everywhere. It is all his imagination. So, this adventure is all about whose imagination? About Don Quixote's imagination. Or the two flock of sheep that were the armies of the kings, Alifanfaron and Pentapolin. So, this flock of sheep, what does he think? That these are the armies of the kings. What were the name of the kings? Alifanfaron and Pentapolin. So, again, this is his imagination, that he sees these sheep, this flock, two flocks of sheep, as the armies of kings. So, this was this brief introduction that what is going to happen to Don Quixote in this story. It is a complete adventurous and imaginative story of Don Quixote. So it's about his imagination, because he has read so many storybooks about adventure and knight that he has gone mad. So this story is written by Cervantes. Okay, and he was born in the year 1547 and died in the year 1616. was a novelist, widely considered one of the greatest writers in the Spanish language. So he is one of the greatest language. So he is one of the greatest writer in Spanish language, who Cervantes. His most famous novel Don Quixote is considered as one of the first modern novels and a classic of world literature. So this story is taken from the famous novel of Don Quixote, okay? And it is one of the most famous novel. It was the first modern novel and a classic of world literature. It has been translated into more languages than any other book except the Bible. So it is translated into many languages, okay, but less than the Bible. Apart from inspiring many later writers, Cervantes' work has also been adapted in film, opera, and ballet, and on the canvas. So his work, whatever he wrote, Cervantes, the writer, his works were adapted in films, in the opera, ballet, and the canvas. It means in paintings also. So this was a brief introduction of the writer. And who is the writer? This Cervantes. Okay. Now we will move on towards the chapter. At length, on a sunny day, Don Quixote and his squire Sancho Panza came to the bank of the river Ebro. So Don Quixote and his assistant, that is Sancho Panza, came where? To the banks of the river Ebro. So there is a river named Ebro. As the knight sat on Rocinante's back and gazed at the flowing water and at the grass and trees which bordered the banks with living greens, he felt very happy. So the scenery, beside the bank there was grass, okay, the greenery, the trees, the border of the bank, everything made whom happy? Made Don Quixote happy. His squire, however, was in no pleasant humor, for the last few days has been days of weary toil. So his assistant, his squire, was not very happy, okay, because the last few days was a very troublesome one, okay, very tiring. He was very tired, so he was not interested in any of Don Quixote's more adventures. Presently, Don Quixote observed a little boat which was lying in the water nearby. So where was the boat? It was lying nearby the water, moored by a rope to the trunk of a small tree. What is the meaning of moored? Fasten a ship or boat to the land or to the bottom of the sea using ropes or an anchor. So it was tied with a rope around the trunk of a small tree. What was tied around this little boat? It had neither oars nor sail, and for that reason it seemed all the more inviting. So there was no oar, okay, there was no sail on that boat, so it seemed more inviting to whom? To Don Quixote, okay. So Don Quixote thought that now that boat is calling him for what? For adventure. So now what does Don Quixote says? All right, Sancho, he said, let us tie our beasts to the branches of this willow. So who are the beasts over here? The donkey and the horse. The donkey named Dapple and the horse named Rocinante. Sancho obeyed, asking, why do we all light here, master? So as he is the assistant, he asked that why are we supposed to wait over here? You are to know, answered Don Quixote. So he said that you will come to know that this boat lies here for us. That this boat, why is it here? It is for us. It invites me to embark in it and rush to rescue some knight or other person of high degree who is in distress. So he says that this boat invites. It is all over here embarked for them, so that they could ride in that boat and go and rescue some knight or person of high degree who is in distress. So who thinks all this? These thoughts are from Don Quixote, okay? Don Quixote. So this was the thought, this was the imaginary thought of whom? Don Quixote. I wonder if that is so, said Sancho. Sancho thinks that I doubt that, I don't think so, this is true. Certainly, answered his master. So who is the master? Don Quixote. In all the books that I have read, enchanters are forever doing such things. So who are the enchanters? Like those knights, okay, these kind of adventures always come to them. If a knight happens to be in danger, there is sometimes only one other knight that can rescue him. So according to whatever stories he has read, that if any knight is in trouble, then the other knight comes and rescue him. So a boat is provided for that other knight. So the other knight what is provided to that other knight? A boat. And in the twinkling of an eye, he is whisked away to the scene of trouble, even though it be 2 or 3,000 leagues. So with that boat, he is supposed to rescue that other knight, okay, who is in trouble. Be it if that knight is about 2 or 3,000 leagues. So what is the meaning of leagues over here? An ancient unit for measuring distance, that is 4,828 meters on land and 5,556 meters at sea. So no matter how far the other knight is, we have to go and rescue. This is the thought of whom? Of Don Quixote. Okay, so next what happened? That is wonderful, said Sancho. So Sancho says that okay, this is nice. Most certainly, answered Don Quixote. And it is for just such a purpose that this enchanted bark lies here. So he says that yes, just for this wonderful adventure, this bark over here is an old fashioned term for a boat. So this bark means boat over here. Okay, so this boat is kept for us so that we could do this wonderful adventure. So we will keep the chapter till here. Okay, so in the next video we will continue with this chapter. Okay, so go through the word meanings. Okay, read the chapter. And that was all for today's class. Thank you.